Hello there, everybody. I am Red from the Senmo Robots crew, and welcome back to Space Engineers. So, today I figured I would do a little drop-in episode of, build your armada. And with this one, we're actually going to do probes, mainly. I'll have another episode later up as well. Well, not today, but another one I'm going to do, which is actually going to involve the fighters and ships that you will need to carry around to make sure your probes are safe. However, we are going to first step forward with probes. And right here I actually have 3 probes that I've just kind of have that fill in a lot of the gaps I need, primarily for a mercantile setup, not so much a go to war and fuck shit up. I mean, one of them is equipped with weapons, which, I mean, you need a standard, because if you're going to go out, and especially if you're going to fight space fighters, I've heard about that, you need something to defend yourself. So, we're going to start off with our first little probe, which is the recon probe. He's very little, set up real nice and easy. He is basic of basic. Anything he has on him is like, he has just enough thrusters to get him in every direction, fast enough. He has enough power to keep him going for probably a couple hours before you have to return him home. But his job is pure and simple. He is just a recon probe. He gets in, checks things out. Anything's safe, he goes home. If it's not safe, as you can see, he has 2 turrets, one on each, one on the bottom, one on the top, and of course he has a camera and an antenna. He would be pretty easy to destroy if someone was actually a very hostile force, or someone who was technologically advanced enough to take him out. But against any sort of AI or something like that, he might do well enough just to recon before he gets destroyed. He's also very cheap to build. Not very many parts are involved. I mean, the biggest thing inside of him is the freaking cargo container. Probably the most expensive things are, like, the 1 reactor and the 2 gyroscopes. And the 2 gyroscopes are very, very optional. You can have 1 gyroscope and he works just as well. So that's the recon probe right there. When he starts the mission, he goes off first, determines whether it's safe or not, such as asteroid mining or anything like that. After that, you send in this guy, which is the mining probe. So, between him and him, there's actually quite a big difference. So this is the mining probe. What he does is he drills his way in, and he will actually try to find the appropriate materials before he broadcasts them back. He's not hooked up in any way, shape, or form. Anything he picks up when he's mining is actually inside these. It doesn't go in this cargo container. This is purely for a setup purpose as well. Because once you drill in and he finds the pieces that you need, you can actually fill this cargo container with materials you need in order to build a platform to start you off and get you going so that you can have a established mining outpost on an asteroid out there, like that one out there. So he is made just to get the process started so that when you start shipping materials from your asteroid to your, your main base or your home, or when you're shipping them off to, like, mercantile to sell them off to other places, like, he helps build that operation. Once he gets started and once he gets in, it comes up to this guy right here, who is sealed up, hooked up, everything like that. And he is set to auto mine as well. These are off because what he does is once he comes in contact with an asteroid, he just starts mining, and he goes in and then he comes back out. I think I got him set up to where he can go in and then he turns back around and keeps going. So once you find an asteroid of suitable value, you can send this guy in, and he's set up to auto-mine his way through everything. He'll keep going and going, even when he's full. It's best to check up on him, or her, whatever you want to call it, and see where they are at, because they fill up real fast. And I mean, like I said, it'll fill up this cargo container first, and then it'll fill those up. He's all piped up, ready to go. Design is actually a purposeful design, because one, in order to make sure that this all worked, from a previous design I had, which I will show in another video, is this cargo container right here has to be hooked up to these drills right here, and these actually provide fantastic connection points while still being bulky enough to fill in space. So the design is purposeful. It's meant to look like this. It's meant to have the big connectors on the sides, and it also serves another purpose. It actually helps with stacking these things together. So if you want to have multiple of these drones, or these probes right here, well, these are the drones. You drop these drones off, these auto miners, they will stack very nicely together, side to side, up and down, left and right, all the good stuff. I will show you right now, actually, the setup in which I have all of these guys in my nice little hangar project. So each one here actually has about 3 to 12, I'd say. Each one of these, like the recon probe and the mining probe, each only have 3, as you can see right here. So this is how I would set it up, just because it would make sense in like a ship or something like that, or a bigger area to contain everything. So as you can see right here, there's 3 probes, mining probes right there, easy to release, bump off, take out. Once the recon probes go in, I mean, they're easy to jump out, go off, do their thing, come back. Like I said, recon probes are really cheap. These are pretty cheap too. The auto miners are not expensive, but they have moderate cost because they have a lot more armor plating, they have a lot more thrusters to get them from place to place. They also have like remote blocks and everything like that. And like I was saying before, because of the way these things are designed, you can actually stack these one on top of another in very, very close proximity, and they don't do any damage because the thrusters are off and everything like that. So I'm really proud of this small design, even though it is very, very small. But those are the big ones I see that help you out in a mercantile sense. Like I said, like if you're trading, if you're going to go off and you're going to start your own mining outpost and everything like that, this is what you're going to need, at least to get a start with. I'm sure there's more advanced things, especially when you start dropping like massive refineries and whatnot, but this is where your starting point is. And this is for another time. So behind these doors is for the next video in which I will do. Hopefully you all enjoy it just as much as this one, because I hope this is a great start to building your own armada, and hopefully you come up with some designs and ideas that make your armada unique in the way you're going to set them up, especially something small, such as probes, drones, fighters, everything like that, drop pods. You all got to start somewhere. Sometimes you got big ones, sometimes you start out small. But as long as you have something, you can build and you can create your empire to be the strongest in the galaxy. But thank you all for joining me on this one. Like I said, I am Red from the Send More Robots crew. Always remember who you are and what you are. Don't go cause any trouble out there in those crazy, crazy galaxies. And always remember, these sons of bitches do not connect if you do not make this yours. If you suddenly make this yours and then they're all connected, they disconnect. It's maddening. See? Look at that. Why are you all connected, ready to go? Whatever. Bye, guys!